such a long time. I think most of you, if not all of you, have heard the story, and we've tried desperately to get both of them here. We managed to find one of them, didn't we, Alex? And she sent a message, I believe, somewhere, wasn't unable to come. But basically, I arrived here in '88. There wasn't an awful lot going on, but we got a few things going on, didn't we? Those of you around at the time. And then it struck me in the summer, I think it was, of 1990. In the summer of 1990, we had a violin teacher at the time who came up to me from what's now the mobiles, that used to be a practice room. So before we had the practice rooms upstairs, we were going up and down the whole time. So that was our practice room, and she came up and said, Mrs. Griffin, I've got two young girls in year 9. They're both Nicola Sampson and Nikki Carter. And she said, they're struggling a little bit, Mrs. Griffin, with the music that they're having to do on the violin. And I just happened to say, this is her speaking, I just happened to say to Nikki Carter, is there something you can play without the music? And she said, oh, well, I think I can get away with Danny Boy. So she played Danny Boy without the music. And after that, the teacher came to me and said, this is where we should go. I think perhaps the idea might be to start some kind of folk band. We'll do orchestras and string groups and things. There's obviously a lot of value in that. But how about something that's very, very different to bring on? The idea was to bring on the violin playing at the time. And I look back at that and think, well, what a wonderful sort of recommendation and decision that we both made at the time to start this group. I was overawed this morning when we arrived, and some of these around me, not all of them could actually make it, but some of them came in this morning to decide, well, what are we going to do on our little set before the rest of the team come on. And it reminded me again of the value that I place in these students and the standard. The standard is phenomenal, and the standard is still there. So if you're listening to these guys around me, some of them haven't played for many years. They certainly haven't played this music for many years, some of them. But it's all obviously ingrained up there. And I guess, what a fantastic sort of thing to have and to hold, and to be able to get your instruments out and to make music like this again. I don't mind it being called a jamming session. I don't mind this group being, you know, something that we almost make up on the spot, because it's not meant to be rehearsed like an orchestra or a string orchestra. This is a fun band and needs to always remain so. But I think that the standard around me, there are students standing at the end there who said, please, please, please don't get me up, because I haven't got my recorder out or whatever it is for 20 years. We found them a recorder. I did promise they wouldn't have to stand right in front of the microphone, because they literally have not seen this music for 20 odd years. And I think that's quite incredible. And I'll say again, what a wonderful experience for me to be surrounded by you guys. There's nothing better than that. Just thank you again and again and again. And I do want you to do 2 things. I would like to have pictures of all the students that made it tonight. Please see Katie at some point, either together or individually. And the second thing is, I haven't looked at it yet, but there is a book of memories, isn't there, out there?
Yeah, it's in front of the photo book. There is a pen there. Literally anecdotes, messages, memories, jokes, like. Yeah, there's anything in there that is happy to bring to you.
And another thing that I would like you all to do, and that is emails, possibly phone numbers, but emails, so that I can, when I've got more time. Facebook! People say to me, Facebook, and I'm saying, no, if you're a student at the school, if we're 18, no. But once I leave, some of you I get onto Facebook very often. I can type a few buttons, you see. It's technology. I can find my way about it. So please make sure you've all done that. That's only important to me. What are we doing? 3 or 3?
be doing this on your own in well, the last verse or so.
You're gonna have to wait a minute. I can't win this.
Fine.
I need music.
I'm going to need a little bit of help, so.
Yeah, well, I know it's here. It's a small group.
So if you're not going to help me, then I'm sure this shot of whiskey will.
Sorry, excuse us for a minute.
Work for the daddy-o, oh, work for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. He counted out his money, and it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She sighed and she said that she never would be crazy, but the devil will take the women, for the there can be easy. Mushari, ramadu, ramada. Work for the daddy-o, oh, work for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber for to take a slumber. I turned to golden jewels and for sure it was no wonder. Jenny drew me charges and she filled them up with water, and she sent for Captain Carroll to get ready for the slaughter. Work for the daddy-o, oh, work for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. 'Twas early in the morning, before I rose to travel, up Cumberland the footman, and likewise Captain Farrell. I produced my pistol, she stole away my rapier, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Work for the daddy-o, oh, work for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. And anyone can save me, it's me brother, but he's in the army. I don't know where his station, be it Cork or in Killarney. And he'd come and join me, we'd go roaming in Kilkenny. I'm engaged, he'd treat me better than me only sporting Jenny. Mushering, ramadu, ramada. Work for the daddy-o, oh, work for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Work for the daddy-o, oh, work for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar.
Audience participation from the chorus. You'll pick it up, it's really simple, just clap along, it's fine. And it's just about a chappie called Timmy Finnegan, and it's about a man who liked whiskey a little bit too much. What's the chord out? That chord. Well, Tim Finnegan lived in a walking street, a gentle Irishman and mighty art. He had a brogue both rich and sweet. And to rise in the world, he carried a heart. Now Tim had a touch of the tippler's way, for the love of the liquor, poor old Tim was born. And to help him on his way each day, he'd drop in the graveyard every morning. Oh, up and down, now down to your partner around the floor, you try to shake. Isn't it the truth? I tell you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. No, you stop at the chorus. Okay, let's try again. One morning Tim felt rather full. His old head felt heavy and it made him shake. And he fell from a ladder and he broke his skull. So they carried him home, his corpse to wake. Well, they wrapped him up in a nice clean sheet, and they laid him out there upon that bed, with a flagon of whiskey at his feet and a nine of porter at his head. But on a empty partner and the floor, you're not to shake. Isn't it the truth? I tell you, lots of fun if Finnegan's Wake. Well, good try.
We'll try and teach you a lot of things. I'll try and teach you about stuff like the Pythagoras theorem, which I've forgotten. It'll try and teach you about Wuthering Heights, which I've forgotten. And it'll also try and teach you about how to play rugby in possibly heavy rain, which sadly I can't forget. But the things you remember and the things you learn from school, most of all, they're not taught in any kind of curriculum. They're taught with time. And one of the most enduring lessons that certainly I've learned, and I think a lot of other people have as well, is that these teachers who try and teach us about Pythagoras and Wuthering Heights and rugby, they are trying to inspire us to be the best people we can be. And there is no one who embodies that more and is more dedicated to that cause than Mrs. Griffin. With every concert, with every music tour, with every band, with a swing band in Clonagale, with every music exam, with every production, she has been at the helm, and she's made them not just possible, but she has made them the best that they could ever be. And it's a wonderful coincidence that she shares the name of the school, because she is synonymous with what it is now, and it's just a joyous, wonderful place to be. And she has made Carmel Griffin a far better place, and she has made, I think, everyone in this room far better people. And I think we owe all the thanks in the world for that. And that's something I will never forget, and I don't think any of us will ever forget it as well. So we wish you the happiest of retirements. We will never forget you, Mrs. Griffin.
Members of the music department all kind of clubbed together and made Mrs. Griffin this hamper. It's full of things that we hope will bring back fond memories for her. Well, perhaps not the tequila. There's nothing more I can say really about Mrs. Griffin that Nick hasn't already said. She's amazing. Without her, we definitely wouldn't be here today. So yeah, if you'd all like to raise a glass to Mrs. Griffin, thank you for being an inspiration.